Want to see more cool videos on our channel? We do, so press this bell and enable to send notifications.
Doctors' medicine, doctors in white coats, and prescriptions often make us uneasy and queasy. Goes without saying that going to hospitals is not anyone's favourite pastime activity. This fear dates back to when we were children, when doctors would give us the dreaded injections. Even as adults, the mere thought of having to go to see a health professional isn't so appealing. This is precisely the reason why people are embracing alternative treatments that don't have a place in the medical books. Some of the methods are a little archaic and hard to believe that people actually use them. Here are the 10 most absurd. Just a disclaimer, you should always seek proper medical help which is verified. Don't trust people whose knowledge is not based on fact. Number 10. Knife massage. Knives are associated with murder and other criminal activities by default. Unless you're in the kitchen cutting up your favourite steak, knives are something everyone fears. This object, however, has found very alternative use in the island of Taiwan. Dao Liao, which is better known as knife therapy, has been in use for over 2,000 years. Its origin is ancient China. The idea of the therapy is to create a feeling of rebirth by exposing the clients to different blades. No reason to panic, we're not talking of super sharp butcher knives. The therapy is a gentle affair where contact between the knife and the human body is absolutely safe, and it's done with a therapist that has many years of experience. As an art, mastery of knife therapy takes up to 3 years. This very unusual procedure is said to aid in headaches, swelling, as well as lower back pain. Number 9. Samih Therapy. If you were a fan of going to the sandy beach while you were growing up, you probably got into the fun activity of burying yourself in sand for one reason or other. For kids, this was as entertaining as it could get. In other parts of the world, burying oneself in sand is, however, considered a very effective and special type of therapy. Hot sand therapy, or if you like, summer therapy, is quite popular in Morocco, and a large number of holidaymakers flock to the beach to experience the peculiar method of healing. It's said that this therapy helps with osteoporosis, kidney problems, respiratory diseases, as well as a myriad of other conditions. It's said to have this innate anti-inflammatory effect on the body. Additionally, the different types of sand have specific healing properties. Golden sand is rich in quartz, while red sand is rich in volcanic rock, and white sand is rich in crushed seashells. It's however of importance to remember that summer therapy requires the sand to be pretty hot. Can you handle hot sand? Number 8. Apitherapy. People have tried just about everything when it comes to wellness. Well, if you've been unfortunate enough to experience a bee sting, you know for a fact it hurts like hell. The bee venom is an extremely complex substance. Interestingly, the age of the bee determines the intensity of the sting. That said, in most cases, bee stings can hurt but are not very serious and only cause a little discomfort in the area where one is stung. The only catastrophic thing is that some of the bee venom causes an allergic reaction for some people. This is what can be fatal. It then goes without saying that apitherapy is absolutely a bad idea for anyone who has such an allergy. So here is how it works. Bees that are bred by humans not only produce delicious honey products, the bee sting that they produce is said to have therapy proponents. In small doses, the bee venom is beneficial to human health. Omar Abu Hassan from Cairo has been using this therapy for 5 years now. First, he was his own patient, after he tried the therapy on himself by accident. So he used to work with bees and was often stung. With time, he realized he was getting sick less often and was instead feeling more and more active, and credited these health benefits to the bee stings. He then decided to turn the apitherapy into a career. A good number of bee therapists claim that the procedure treats many diseases, including rheumatism and Parkinson's disease. Bee therapy is also supposedly a very efficient mood booster. It's additionally said to boost the immunity as well as give a positive effect to people's emotional state. At first, apitherapy starts with a single sting, and after the advised maximum dose of stings can go up to 5 or 6. These are enough to give someone immediate relief. Number 7. Snake massage. By now, you think you've heard it all when it comes to the most out-of-this-world massages and therapies, from knives, sand, and bees. Well, not yet. A few more will shock you. Here we have an entirely different massage, where the therapist doesn't use an object, but a reptile, precisely a snake. In some cases, he employs the use of more than one of them. This therapy is not used in the strangest of places or by weird gurus in Asia. You can get it just around the corner in a house in New York, courtesy of a woman who calls herself Serpentessa. She claims that the massage is absolutely safe and releases endorphins and oxytocin. During the massage, she hardly touches her clients and lets the reptiles do all the work. Number 6. Snail Therapy. Beauty comes with a price tag. This is one popular phrase that we've heard for ages. It's however important to note that price here is not just from a financial standpoint. To look really good, many people are willing to dispel their fears or even persevere disgust. For instance, one growing trend in the beauty industry is snail therapy. In this case, we're not really talking about using slime, cream or masks. We're indeed talking about using real snails for the snail massage. The properties of the snail are said to rejuvenate the skin as well as get rid of pigments, freckles, wrinkles, cuts, burns, spots, as well as stretch marks. That's a long list. It would entice any woman. Cosmetologists even argue that snails are able to remove dark eye circles and acne. But how does it work? Snails are known to have chitinous teeth that move around the skin, getting rid of all the dead skin, this way acting like a peeling sponge. Experts say that though the procedure sounds painful, it's indeed painless. Mucus left behind by the snail deeply moisturizes the skin and then stimulates its regeneration. Number 5. Fire massage. The Thai people are known to be massage pros and know all about this practice. Many tourists travel to Thailand each year to get a feel for this therapy. Fire massage is, however, one of the more painful ones. The pain is comparable to a burn, and not figuratively speaking. This special fire massage is done with a special metal bucket, where a fire set inside alongside containers with water and oil. The procedure works like this. The bucket is covered with a plate and the masseuse then dips their foot in oil, then puts it directly on the fire or touches the plate. After that, the masseuse then puts the hot foot on the client's body, pressing the desired points in performing the massage. This process is repeated with water, and in some cases there's use of some herbs. Some specialists say that this massage solves problems with the limbs and to a greater extent, paralysis. Number 4. Horn Therapy. In the streets of Jakarta, you can get a new experience altogether. This is in a buffalo horn massage. The man who offers this claims that it's a great stimulant to the body. It's said to get rid of dead cells. That said, this man is not really the inventor of this method. This procedure is popular in many countries in the Asian regions. More so, you've probably heard or seen the more conventional type of massage referred to as cupping, which has pretty much the same effect. Number 3. Swallowing fish. Asthma is one of the more chronic health conditions as per the World Health Organization, which documents that it affects up to 4% of the population. The most difficult aspect is that it's not treatable. The founders of a clinic in Hyderabad in India claim to have found a very unusual cure. This remedy apparently completely relieves the symptoms of the disease. Wait for it! The remedy is swallowing a complete whole fish that's not bigger than 5 or 8 centimeters. The swallowing is preceded by a mixture of herbs. The authors of this very unusual technique argue that fish that is alive regulates the patient's throat and clears the bronchial mucus. They claim that using this procedure for several days can completely clear the asthma. They also refuse to accept any money for their services. So every June, flocks of thousands of people show up to get this cure. There's no clinical evidence that this is an effective treatment for asthma. Number 2. Urine Therapy. This is a little bit nasty. No, a lot. You know when you're unwell and the doctor asks for a urine sample and you make a face? Well, that's because in real sense, urine is disgusting. Turns out there's such a thing as urine therapy, better known as urotherapy. This is the application of human urine for medicinal or cosmetic purposes. It extends to drinking one's own urine and massaging the skin and gums with the same. The therapy is said to treat minor stings as well as toothaches. Of course, there's no medical evidence to support the beneficial health claims behind this therapy. Can you picture massaging urine into your teeth? Ew. Number 1. Dolphin-assisted childbirth. Interactions with animals is part of a great upshot of animal therapy. Take for instance dogs, purported to be therapeutic especially for children with physical or developmental psychological disorders. Dolphins are both intelligent and magnificent creatures. Research has shown that the brains of dolphins are almost the same size and proportion as those of humans. Apparently, dolphins can recognize themselves in the mirror as well as create nicknames for their peers. Isn't that sweet? That being said, can dolphins be trusted to aid in the birth-giving process? Turns out this is not quite as strange since dolphin-assisted childbirth has been quite a popular trend in the last few years. Dolphin-assisted birth sprouts from dolphins-assisted therapy, which has been popular across the world although there's no credible science to back it up. More so, as much as some animals seem harmless, there's always a possibility that members of the animal kingdom can turn on us. So we're not so sure about the idea of giving birth out in the ocean. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please let me know by clicking the like button. Do share, write a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so that you can catch up my next video.